was taking me. But I was now sure he wasn't going to kill me. He could have done that in my office, and it would have been days before anyone found the body. No, he wanted me for something. I just didn't know what. I don't know what I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting to be taken to see a troll. I've seen
Quite a big troll as well. Who is this guy?
But a troll and a dwarf working together? That was something else. Ankh-Morpork wasn't hot at that time of year, but the big troll was sitting back in a wicker chair being fanned. Smart. Out of the cold of the mountains, overheating of their silicon brains was the reason for the trademark stupidity of the trolls. I'd have to watch my step with this one. Al-Kali had a brief whispered conversation with the troll, but I couldn't make out what was said. At one point, I thought I heard Al-Kali mention a coin from Sorta, but the rest was a mystery.
Not maybe the coin I picked up. Hello.
So glad you could come and join us.
Yes, hello.
So punctually, too. Yes, I know you were escorted by Mr. Al-Kali here, but the fact that you arrived on time shows that you didn't put up any show of resistance, which means you're intelligent enough to realize that we are not your enemies.
Are you wearing sunglasses?
There is always the possibility that we might be friends.
You are wearing sunglasses.
No, I like to talk, but I like to dance, too. And the trick in both is knowing when to lead and when to follow.
Excellent, sir. Excellent. I distrust a quiet man. He generally picks the wrong time to talk and says the wrong things. Talking is something you cannot do judiciously unless you keep in practice. I'll tell you right out. I'm a troll who likes talking to people.
Yeah, he does like talking.
What shall we talk about?
What indeed do friends talk about?
Most friendships don't start out with one of the friends being led around by an axe-wielding dwarf. While we're at it, most people know the names of their friends.
Of course, how impolite of me. Mr. Al-Kali, I believe you already know. And my name is Jasper Horst. Perhaps you've heard of me.
I have a bad memory for names. It gets me into a lot of trouble.
You have a bad attitude as well. That also gets you into trouble.
Now, Mr. Al-Kali. It doesn't do to slander a guest, especially one whom you hope to count among your friends.
Okay, let's try talking to him.
So, if we're friends, I guess Al-Kali's warning about staying off the Mundy case was just a friendly warning.
Now, straight to the point. I do admire a man who avoids skirting the issues. Such a man makes an excellent politician, but is almost impossible to trust. Well, sir, it seems you are now in the possession of something that we would like.
And what might that be?
What would that be?
Come now, sir. There's no need to play coy. We know you were the last person Mundy saw, and we know you have the coin from Sorter. Frankly, sir, we know you have the golden sword, and we wish to make an offer for it.
Golden
What if
sword?
I told you it wasn't for sale?
Don't be tedious, Mr.
What
Luke.
golden
We
sword?
obviously know that you are in the employ of Carlotta. Hence we know
Oh, you
that
know
have the
Carlotta then?
price. Whatever she is offering you, we can safely offer double. And unlike Carlotta, I am a troll of my word.
What if she's offering me something that you can't match?
You don't strike me as a man who would fall for Carlotta's moves, sir. You strike me as a man with better judgment than that. Are you loyal
Fair enough.
to Carlotta?
I am loyal to one person and one person alone. Me.
That's wonderful. I do like a man who isn't afraid to tell you that he is looking after himself.
We're all looking after ourselves.
Indeed, sir. Indeed. And I don't trust a man who says he's not.
Trust.
Trust seems very important to you, Horst.
Indeed. Without trust, we are no better than barbarians. It is the capacity for trust that sets the humans, trolls, dwarfs, and such above the lesser animals.
That and our capacity for cruelty.
What a dark outlook you have, sir. Are you a pessimist?
Pessimism is a term used by optimists to attempt to discredit those who see the world as it really is.
You are a man of the world, sir. I like that about you.
Golden sword.
Tell me about the
What is this golden sword?
Horst.
Carlotta didn't tell you what it was?
Horst seemed to think I knew things that I didn't, and that could give me the advantage. I decided it was time for a good bluff. She told me, but I took it for granted she was lying.
A not injudicious thing to do.
Payment.
Let's cut to the chase. How much will you pay me for the sword?
Suffice it to say, I will pay you its value.
That doesn't give me much to go on.
You will appreciate, sir, that a golden sword like that is a difficult artifact to sell. Indeed, you would draw a lot of attention. Were you to attempt to do so, I will offer you what the sword is worth, and that, I can assure you, is more than Carlotta is offering you.
I could use a figure.
I would like to commit myself to fixed fees. Those who set exact price tags leave themselves no room to negotiate when the circumstances change. Rest assured that it will exceed $10,000 at the least.
10,000, eh?
That's
I'll
good.
think about it.
I'll definitely think about that. Is it worth asking you about anything here? Coin.
You let me keep the coin from Sorta. Why?
As a token of faith, nothing more. After all, the coin has little value of its own. But for those that know its origin, it immediately links you to the greater reward.
The sword is from Sorta too.
And let us not play these games, sir. Games are the pastimes of the tedious and the bored. We are citizens of the world, are far above such petty concerns. I dislike the man who plays games in his conversations. I prefer my associates to be direct and to the point. You cannot trust a man who takes forever to get to the point.
Yeah, I can see why you hate politicians. Envelope?
I had a feeling
okay.
that the envelope wasn't something I should discuss with everyone I met.
Notebook. Any worth anything there? Could ask him about Mundy's murder. Sapphire's cleared out. That's cleared out. Really haven't got a lot of stuff. Mundy hung upside down and killed.
What do you know about the circumstances of Mundy's murder?
A strange question, sir. But you have your reasons, I'm sure. I must say I was impressed. That disguising the murder as a counterweight killing was clever. But knocking yourself out after the murder is a masterstroke. A gamble, certainly. But the greater the risk, the greater the reward.
Oh, he thinks I did it. That's not good. That's all for now.
Well, it's been nice talking to you, Horst, but I have other things to do.
I trust you will keep in touch, sir. I look forward to hearing your decision.
You're letting him go?
Yes, he is. Ha.
Come now, Mr. Alcali. Mr. Luton is our friend and associate. He is free to come and go as he pleases.
I'll let you know what I decide, Horst.
But of course, goodbye, Mr. Luton. For
Goodbye,
now,
Mr.
I was
Horst.
starting to piece together what was going on. Whatever this sword was, it was clear that Mundy brought it into town with him on the Milka. I guess he was the courier. For who, wasn't clear. He must have hidden it in one of the crates on the Milka and then broken into the warehouse to recover it. Only the watchman stopped him before he could retrieve it. None of which told me where the sword was, or even what the sword was. One thing was clear. I needed to talk to Carlotta.
Hey, got a new clue and a new map location. Let's go back to the office and have a look at it. And oh, there's a note on the floor. It's a card.
I knew that someone had pushed the card under the door, and I knew what it meant. It meant that I should have fitted a letterbox.
Have arranged meeting with Therma on the rooftops at the junction of Sally Street and Phaedra Road. Come immediately.
Salis and Phaedra. There wasn't much around there. Nice and quiet.
Well, that's not suspicious at all. Let's see what new clues you just picked up. Meeting with Therma. Counterweight killing is still the same. Golden sword.
Horst had spoken of a golden sword, and it was apparent that he thought I had it. There was a good chance that Mundy had hidden the sword somewhere in the Milka's cargo.
Okay. Guess I've got to try and get back into that warehouse then. Okay, so where am I going to? There's Horst's place. Oh, that's the rooftops there. Tell you what, let's go and talk to Malachite. I think he'd want to know about this. He's been looking for Therma after all.
Well, I'm back.
Where is it? There it is.
It's not been easy, but I've arranged a meeting with Therma.
Take me there.
Yep,
Take me to Therma.
will do.
In a moment. First, there's a couple of things we need to discuss.
Take me to Therma.
Guess not.
Take me now.
Oh, okay. Let's go. The rooftops above Salis and Fedra were quiet. No one had a reason to be up here.
Oh wow, that's
I
not
was looking forward to
ominous in
meeting
the
the
slightest.
mysterious Therma, and I was hoping I might get some answers out of her. Unfortunately, the last thing I remembered was looking up at the moon.
Oh dear.
The next thing I knew, I was being arrested by the Watch.
Oh what?
They told me Malachite was as dead as two sides of bacon. And
No.
I was the prime suspect.
This is not
His
going
back
well.
had been chipped away like he'd said something particularly insulting to a disgruntled quarry workman, and they seemed to think my crowbar was the murder weapon. I had the opportunity and a possible murder weapon. All they were missing was motive. And anyone who had ever tried to get an intelligent comment out of the troll had a motive to It looked like I'd been stitched up as nicely as a fine genuine tapestry. They took me to Pseudopolis Yard to be interrogated. They had a salamander lamp shining in my eyes, so I couldn't see what was going on, but I could hear Nobby and a troll talking in the darkness. It was probably Detritus, the first troll to join the Watch. Detritus was the troll many people in Ankh-Morpork thought of when they heard the word troll, bringing back as it does vague memories of sudden concussion and extreme pain. Sometimes you'd hear two short planks being described as thick as detritus. Your ideal street cop, in fact.
So I'm a good cop.
No, I'm the good cop. You're the bad cop.
Why don't I get to prod him a bit with my fists?
Because we're supposed to get information out of him, and it's hard to understand people talking through a mouthful of loose teeth.
I can smash lightly, more like a gentle caress, right?
No punching.
I can kick using minimal acceptable force. Like Mr. Vimes says, lots of it.
No punching, no kicking. We just talk to him.
Talk?
Right, well, I'll talk. You shout.
All right, you done it. Own up now, you know it was you.
No, not yet.
Oh, all right.
I've just got to start the audiograph.
Right. All right, you done it now. You gotta seem like one of them flappy twittery things.
Wait!
For
I've got to
what?
start the recording properly, otherwise it doesn't count. Right. Interviewing Suspect Luton. Present, Corporal Nobbs and Sergeant Detritus.
Now?
Now.
All right, you done it. You might as well make it easy on yourself. Everyone know it was you.
This is my interrogation, is it?
Don't you change the subject. You use an excuse for our horse's donkey.
Just tell us what happened, Luton.
Here the facts. Fact. Mundy was killed. You found at the murder scene.
I was unconscious.
How you knowing you was unconscious if you was unconscious, eh? Foiled you with logic. Now you listen
dear.
to me good, and then we see who wears the long two-legged garments. Fact. Escape thingy, Mount Malachite.
Thingy? You mean troll?
Nah, not escape troll. Escaped,
Feline.
Feline. Felon.
Escaped feline? Yeah, he escaped from a holding cell. Is it possible the word we're looking for here is felon? That's the one. What did he do?
Hey, we asked the questions, you miserable arugaraha. You know what arugaraha mean?
He knocked over the Van Uberwald mansion.
Oh,
I
really?
never knocked over the Von Uberwald mansion. Now, that's what Malachite did. So what does Arugraha mean?
In the precise moment that dog droppings turn white.
I think you'd better get back to being the bad cop.
I am the good cop,
Now, I'm the good cop.
so that make me...
The bad cop.
So how come I not get to hit you then?
We can't beat him up, Detritus. That'd be police brutality.
It only brutality if you leave marks. What show?
So there's shambles.
Mount Malachite was killed, and you was found at the murder scene there too.
Once again, I was unconscious.
Oh, how convenient for you. 2 murders and 2 unconsciousness. What about the murder weapon, eh? What about the crowbar?
Tell us where you got the crowbar, and I'll give you a smoke.
Of your dog ends? No, thanks.
I'll get you coffee. Maybe some cherry cake. New suit. You get to choose the colour.
I think you're taking this good cop role too seriously.
Thank you. Now my turn. You want to fall down the steps to the cell without leaving your chair? It's fine by me.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
I'm not guilty, and I refuse to feed your suspicions and paranoia by consenting to this charade.
I thought charades were a game. Like chase my neighbour up the passage.
No, you need a pack of cards for Chase My Neighbor Up the Passage.
Not where I come from.
We tried to do you a favour. We could give you to the Lawyers Guild.
You don't want that, Luton. They'd eat you alive. You don't have anywhere near enough money to be innocent.
Haven't you got better things to do than harass me?
We harass you 'cause you is guilty. We knows you done it.
That's enough, detritus.
Oh dear.
Sir,
You can go.
I did it right.
Let's say you were everything I expected. Now go and write up the report. Not in crayon this time, please.
That should keep him busy for a few days.
He may be slow, but he's not an untrustworthy killer like you.
Why the personal interest in this case, Vimes? I'm sure you've got more important things to do now you're commander of the watch.
My reasons are my own.
You're not interested in my guilt or innocence. You're just out to nail me.
Frankly, Luton, I've got all the evidence of your guilt I need, and if I get my way, they'll lock you up and melt down the key for scrap iron. You're a bad cop, and I don't have any time for you.
If you're so convinced of my guilt, why the interrogation?
Nobby has this deranged idea that there might be some extenuating circumstances that we ought to find out about.
It'd make everything a lot easier if you'd confess, Luton. I'm sure you had a good reason to do what you did. Let us help you. Cigarette? Holiday for 2 in Quirm, sea-facing room, we pay the minibar bill.
I'm not guilty, and I'm not confessing to a crime I didn't commit.
Listen to me, Luton. We're conducting this interrogation because I believe in upholding the law.
There is no law in Ankh-Morpork.
True enough, but there's my law, and there's the patrician's law. Which would you rather face?
What's the difference?
Lord Veterinary considers it a happy state of affairs if the punishment can involve the actual perpetrator, but sees it as by no means essential. I consider it to be absolutely essential.
But you've already decided that I'm guilty.
That doesn't mean I've proved it.
And if I prove my innocence?
That's not going to happen.
Then what's the point of this farce?
Smoke?
No.
The thing is, Luton, we just want to find out what happened.
Do one decent thing in your life, Luton. Help us close this case.
Why should I?
So we can close this sorry little act and concentrate on the threat to the city.
The threat?
The counterweight killings.
Oh, now we go.
Surely you have other suspects for the murders I'm accused of, even if you don't think they're part of the counterweight killings.
Smoke? A set of the complete plays of Whell the Dwarf bound in nearly real leather?
No, I don't want a smoke. I want to know who the other suspects are.
At the moment, you're top of our list.
Although you are the bottom of our list, too.
I am the list, aren't I?
Sorry.
Don't apologize, Nobby. Listen, Luton. There are other suspects for the counterweight killings, and we're investigating those. But for Mundy and the Troll, you're the bottom line.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Yes.
What about Al-Khali,
Al-Khali?
one of Horst's cronies? I think he's been following me.
I guess I could interview him.
Why do I have a feeling that you won't?
Face it, Luton. You killed Mundy. You killed Malachite. And you tried to make it look like it was part of the counterweight killings.
There we
What
go.
about Reagan?
The dead dwarf? What about him?
Another murder in suspicious, almost ritualistic circumstances. He's a nobody, but it has all the hallmarks of a counterweight killing.
Are you confessing to the murder of Reagan?
Oh dear.
No. I'm just saying that Mundy and Malachite aren't the only nobodies to get bumped off in mysterious circumstances.
There was nothing mysterious about Reagan's death.
People don't just drive carriages off a bridge for no reason.
He was driving recklessly across the city. It's probably just a suicide. Maybe he was just drunk.
What about the bite marks?
Bite marks?
There weren't any bite marks. I
On his
looked.
feet.
Reagan was murdered. I'm sure of it.
You've got bigger problems than that right now, Luton. I suggest you concentrate on them.
Give up.
Nothing I say is going to convince you of my innocence, is it?
It doesn't look that way.
All right. Yes, I was in Mundy's room when he was killed, but I was unconscious. And yes, I was on the rooftops when Malachite was killed. Again, I was unconscious. I don't know what happened, but somebody knocked me out, and whoever they are, they're the one you should be looking for.
Fine. If that's the way you want it, that's the way you'll get it. Give my regards to Lord Veterinary when your trial comes up. I doubt he'll be as patient with you as I have. The fact is, mister, that with you behind bars, the city will be a slightly better place.
They
He
delivered
really
me
doesn't
into the
like
hands
me.
Of the palace guards, who delivered me into the walls of a holding cell. I had a bad feeling about the way things were going. Mostly people who were sent to the patrician for trial got seen right away. Rumor had it that being put in a holding cell pending trial was like being filed away in a drawer marked forgotten. And not a very big drawer at that.
Well, that doesn't look good. I think we're going to leave it there for tonight. Thank you very much for watching. As always, do please like, comment and subscribe. It really helps us. See you next time, guys, and we'll try and get out of this mess. In the meantime, I've just got this nice dark dungeon to look forward to. Bye.